When Sean Payton took the Denver Broncos head coaching job, a lot of people expected a turnaround first season. Instead, Denver stunk last year. They've gone and changed quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, bye-bye. $53 million cap hit on this year's team, $85 million cap hit overall. And with Russell Wilson's departure now, this year's Denver Broncos are lined 5.5 wins, arguably right there with Carolina and New England, as expected to be one of the, if not the worst team in the NFL. Is Denver going to be that bad? Let me see what I can do to help you out in that regard. Teddy covers WagerTalk.com, doing NFL team preview videos of all 32 teams here in July. If you like these early videos, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it very, very much. So, look, I still think of Denver in my mind as being one of them a good franchise. They've not been a good franchise in recent years. They've been poorly run, poorly managed. What do they win? 5 wins, 7, 6, and 8 over the last 4 years. An area winning record in the bunch, 8 and 9, was the best during that span. Obviously, now Payton's second year as the head coach. And if you remember what happened with Sean Payton in New Orleans, had a lot of success early. The back half of his career in New Orleans was one disappointing season after the next. He's had one season in Denver. That's been a disappointing season as well. So, when you have an $85 million cap hit on a player that's not hit there, $53 million this year, that's an NFL record. No team has ever lost more from their salary cap this season for a player not on the roster than the Broncos, and the $53 million they'll be paying Russell Wilson not to play for them. Well, then you have the number 29 defense in the NFL from last year, number 21 against the rush in total D. They had cap casualties this offseason. Obviously, the all-pro safety, Justin Simmons, went bye-bye. And for as much as Russell Wilson wasn't the quarterback that Denver thought he was going to be a year ago, guy had a 26-8 touchdown to interception ratio last year. Sacks were the biggest problem, him holding the football a little bit too long. And that had a lot to do with a bad receiving core, which, once again, looks bad this year. Denver did have a problem last year where they were the worst touchdown percentage in goal-to-goal situations. They really struggled in the red zone. Number 20 red zone offense overall. Is that going to be better this year? I don't see anything on paper that says it's going to be better. So maybe Bo Nix, maybe Jarrett Stidham, at some point relatively early in the season, in terms of day one, who's going to be the quarterback. At some point, we would expect Bo Nix to get his chance. And of course, we're talking about the trio, Bo Nix, Jarrett Stidham, Zach Wilson. It might be the weakest quarterback room in the NFL in 2024. There's not one guy you can say, yeah, I want this guy to start a game for us. He'll be above average. None of the three really hold that. So they have 4 starters back from a bad offensive line a year ago. So I guess there's some continuity there. Center Lloyd Perseverance is gone. Another cap hit for a team that couldn't afford some of their key veterans. Cortland Sutton had the breakout season last year. Oops, he just got some issues, off-field issues for Sutton. Marvin Mims, Josh Reynolds, Tim Patrick, weak tight ends. This is not a loaded receiving core by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a loaded offensive line. It's a weak quarterback room. There are issues with Denver on the offensive side of the football, despite their offensive-minded head coach in Sean Payton. Before I talk about the Broncos defense, I do want to let you guys know what's going on right now at WagerTalk.com. My NFL season win report is out. I've been doing this report since 2001. That report has gone 100 wins, 50 losses, 3 pushes over the last, 23 seasons. With consistent winning results. The 5% big tickets, 16 wins, 4 losses. I think there was a push in there as well. 80%. So 67% with all the plays, 80% with the 5% big tickets over a 20-something year sample size. It's a report I work hard on. I spent the whole month of June researching NFL. And one of the corollaries of that is that I get to do all these early preview videos for you guys. I know all of a sudden the All-Star break rolls around in MLB and football suddenly gets some interest. So you can take advantage of this year's NFL season one reports already out and available. Just use promo code REPORT20 at checkout. Take $20 off this year's season one report. Part 1 is out. Part 2, if I have any, will come out after either week 2 or week 3 of the preseason. The stuff I bet early, the markets are moving in that direction. The stuff I'm waiting on is either stuff I want to see a little bit more or to let the markets do what they do, and then we can take advantage of that in August. So you can get this report again right now, WagerTalk.com. You can visit my page, wt.buzz/TC for Teddy Covers. You can get it right there, or visit the website. Report 20 at checkout. We'll get you $20 off that season win report right now. And of course, if you like this early NFL betting content, just click the like button. That's all I ask. Thank you. If you want to comment below, we appreciate it. And I'll be back throughout the summer months to check and reply to comments. If you agree, disagree with my assessment of these teams, I'm all ears. What are your thoughts? I would love to know. So leave a comment below and just click that like button. Thank you. Let's talk about Denver on the defensive side of the football. So there was a positive for Denver last year. They led the NFL with 15 fumble recoveries a year ago. We like Vance Joseph as a coordinator. They had a 5-game mid-season winning streak. That was largely to do with the fact they had 16 takeaways in those 5 games. The rest of the season, not so pretty. They were number 30 against the rush last year, gave up 137 yards per game. Number 32 in yards per rush. 5 yards a carry this team allowed on the ground last year. So, are they going to be better? They might be. They added Malcolm Roach from the Saints on the defensive line. They added John Franklin Myers on the defensive line from the Jets. Those are 2 solid players. Linebacking core, well, maybe not so much. We talked about some of the losses they've had already. I don't even mention they lost Josie Jewell. I'm worried about this linebacking core. In the secondary, Patrick Surtain is elite. All right. The rest of the secondary loaded with question marks. They picked up a 3rd rounder in Jodell Ellis, an undersized edge who could give them something of a pass rush. But make no mistake about it. You look at this defense on paper, it is a weak-looking unit. This is a rebuild, not a reload for Denver, especially given their salary cap concerns. So from a scheduling standpoint, there's some things to like for Denver. I mean, they're not, the league doesn't want a whole lot of Broncos on TV this year. They have 1 Monday Night Football game in December. That's about it for national TV appearances. But they do have a chance for a hot start, all right, because Denver's early season schedule is fairly reasonable. They only have 1 opponent live and above 500 the first 8 weeks. That being said, if they start with a rookie QB and they start losing early, it's going to get ugly late for Denver, for sure. Really tough finish. They have a week 14 bye, which is never good if you have a rookie QB. And really, I mean, the last 9, look at this. At Baltimore, at KC, at Vegas, Cleveland, Indy, the Chargers, Cincy, KC. The weakest team of the bunch is Vegas during that span. And just about all those teams lined at or above 500. If Denver loses early, the back half of the season could get particularly ugly. AFC West teams face NFC South, which is one of the weaker divisions in football, and AFC North, which is not one of the weaker divisions in football. The 3 extra games for Denver, and this is where the Broncos got screwed a little bit. You had a bad season last year. Your 3 extra games this year are supposed to be against weak foes. Well, they play at Seattle, at the Jets, and Indy. I don't view any of those teams as bottom feeders, all 3 of them. My powering numbers, they're better than Denver. So no, I'm not positive on the Broncos this year. If I'm playing Denver, we're looking under, and we're looking to bet against the Broncos early and often. Again, take advantage of the NFL Season Win Report promo. 67% with those selections over a 23-year sample size. 80% with the big tickets. Just use promo code REPORT20 to get that Season Win Report right now. And again, the like makes all the difference. Thank you. If you want to comment below, we appreciate it. I look forward to responding to your comments throughout the summer months. And be sure, if you like these previews, click on the next video. There's lots more. I'm doing team previews for all 32 NFL squads, just some of the free content you can find at WagerTalk.com each and every day. Thanks for watching. Best of luck.